What's up guys, Matt here with Matco Metalworks, and I'm going to show you our newest equipment. I would say toy, but it's not really a toy. To some people it is. It's you know, for hobby stuff like that, it's more of a toy, but for us it has to be something that makes money. And we have been using Baileigh for a while. We've had an RDB-125. I actually bought it used. You don't see them used very often. I actually did see one of these used up in Delaware. I almost went and looked at it, and just for the price, I wasn't willing to pay for it. It was like an 8-year-old machine. He wanted like a new price for it. So anyway, the 125 I got, actually drove to South Carolina, about 3 or 4 hours away, and picked it up. Guy bought it to do one job, and just didn't need it. And actually I bought it to do one job, and it's just turned into so much more. We use it for handrails predominantly, and that's why we upgraded to this. We're doing a lot of handrails, what I call 2-line rails. But what I wanted to go over today is how to set or how to figure your spring back. And what I mean by that is, most people don't know it, but metal has a memory, and when metal goes into or through extrusion processes in order to make like this 1.25" Schedule 10 pipe, it takes a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, and so there's tension built up in this. So if you cut it, or if I cut this open, it's gonna wanna twist and stuff. And so you have to kind of learn how to do stuff, how to bend stuff, and work with that pressure or that tension. But the spring back is basically, if I want, say, a 90-degree or a 45, some kind of common angle, you have to add into that the spring back, which is basically where it's gonna bend to 90 degrees and it's gonna go back because it wants to go back to that position where it is now. So you have to factor in the spring back. And I don't know if there's any calculations out there, if there's any cheat sheets. If so, I haven't found it because I have looked. So I'm gonna make one and put it out there. A lot of people are wanting to keep secrets and, you know, hide stuff about how to, you know, tricks to do things in quicker ways. I'm complete opposite. I'm not one of those that hide stuff. If I can figure out a way to do this and put it on YouTube and make it easier for somebody else, that's what we're trying to do. You know, and I tell my guys the same thing. It's you know, share it with the whole shop. You know, because if it's something you can do quicker, help somebody else do quicker, they can learn the same thing, and we try to share that with the public too. It's not a big secret to us. So if I can help you out and give you, tell you what, you know, spring backs are for 90s and 45s and 32s and whatever, you know, common angles we use on stairs, if I can tell you what that spring back degree is and help you speed up your process and do things quicker, instead of having to go through this where you're taking you know, this is just a drop piece, so we're going to use my air compressor. So anyway, one thing I will tell you, there's a seam on here. It's the weld seam. You can see it there. Just runs, and this is what Schedule 10, Schedule 40 pipe looks like. If you use like a DOM, it's a lot more expensive pipe, but it's also a lot stronger. This is just, honestly, they call it poop pipe because it's shitty, crappy pipe. Sorry. There's a weld seam here. If you try to bend on that weld seam, it's gonna rip it open. So you're gonna have to have that seam up or down. If you put the seam facing towards me and you go to bend it, it's going to absolutely just take that and just rip it right open. All right, so we've got our test piece bent, and we attempted a 90 degree, but as you can see, that's obviously not 90 degrees, is it? So here's what you do. You're on a flat surface, you want to make sure it's level. We use, this is a Husky model digital protractor, and you can get this at Home Depot, 25, 30 bucks, something like that. So you just turn it on, and you can see it's going to display. So you see the degrees changing there. You can kind of see as I turn it. And so what I'm going to do, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm going to put this on the end here. All right, so I'm going to try to hold this so you can kind of see, and you can do this either way. You can see I've got it laying on the table here, just a flat surface that's level, and I've got the end hanging off, and you can see there, it's kind of changing a little bit, but about 79 degrees roughly. right at 79. And like I said, you can do it either way. You can take it and put it up like this, and you can kind of see there. There you go, 79 degrees. So that's, we attempted a 90-degree bend, but you can see with the spring back, we're at 79. So your desired bend is 90 degrees. We bent a test piece and got 79 degrees. So it's very simple. You want 90, you got 79, add 11. Now you don't have to actually add that to that. Of course, you know that's going to give you a total of 101, but all you have to do is press her again, 90 degrees into your desired, and then you're going to put 11 degrees into your spring back. All right, so we're back at the control screen for the RDB-250, and as you can see, I'm pretty sure you can see all this. So we entered the 90 degrees here, correct? So that's going to stay the same, 90. But you see here, spring back. So that we want to be 11.0, not 110. Let's just do 11. There we go. Some of these you have to enter 0 after it. Some of them you don't. So for the spring back, you're just 11 degrees. And that's going to give you a total of 101. So now we've got 90 with a spring back of 11 because we bent the first one. We came up with a 79 degrees, which was 11 short. So you have to add that to your 90, and that will give you your true 90 degrees. So let's try another piece. Okay, so got the test piece done. Like I said, 79 degrees, very simple. Subtract that from your 90, gives you 11. That is your spring back. Get it entered just like I showed you on the control screen. So now we've got our other piece, and this was the original 79. So we're just gonna take the other end of it. Like I said, seam up or down. $90, we're on speed 2. Like I said, when you're doing tight radiuses, this is a 3-inch radius, you're gonna have to slow that speed down. If you're doing an 8-inch or 10-inch radius, you can speed that up 4, 5, or 6 if you wanted to. And there you go, all the way to 101. And there's your 90-degree bend, 1.25 inch, schedule 10. Like I said, it gives it, just because of the tight radius, you kind of get not really a ripple in there, but you get a little bit of indentation at the beginning of the bend here, and then at the end as well. But once it's buffed out and powder coated or painted, you don't really notice that. So. Well, that is pretty much how you figure your spring back. It's very simple, and that's gonna work for any angle, that's gonna work for any bender, but you do have to run test pieces because all benders are different. Now, if you're on the 250, you can pretty much guarantee your 11-degree spring back is what you're gonna need for your 90 degrees on 1.25 inch, schedule 10. If you're using 40 or 80, that's going to change. If you're doing a 90-degree on a 2-inch piece of pipe, that's probably gonna change a little bit. May not be a lot, maybe a 1/2 degree, but always run a test piece. Get you a notepad, we've got one, and we just write down, that way we know next time. And then we're also programming as we go. Like I said, this is a new machine to us. We're also going to program different bends, 32s, 35s, 45s, 90s, stuff like that were common for us. And then for like these here, you know, these, like I said, this is all programmed. This is all ready to go. All we have to do is put the legs on it, put the 2-line rail in it. That's all programmed in our machine now, so we can use that for the future, and it'll save us time. But anyway, as always, I hope this helped. Like I said, I'm not trying to hold back information. If we learn stuff, if it's something we can help you with, we're not scared to share that. This is something that can speed up your process and your shop and making products, or if you're looking at getting a new bender. As we go through this, I'm going to share more stuff and how to use this index table. This is something that's new to us. For long pieces, I'm not thinking it's probably not going to be great, but for short stuff like these little rails, it works out perfect. Get your stop set up, and we'll do another video on that in the future. But anyway, hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I hope you guys are hustling. And like, subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment below and we'll get back to you.